The tail lights now fit perfectly. Pop the trunk, pops open. What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here. On this channel, we just learn as we go. Thank you guys for being here and checking me out if you guys are new here. Today's episode, we are going to be doing the reveal of the body pull that we did with Wins, checking everything out. We're gonna be working on the bumpers as well. So make sure you guys like, comment, share this with your friends, turn on those post notifications, follow me on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy, and check out the merch line down below. That way you guys can help me grow and get better and better builds for you guys every day. Guys, we got the car back from Wayne's Auto Body. I think they did a phenomenal job here. The bumper was test fit and everything while we were there. I was not able to film that. I had to leave for the day. They continued to work on it for the last couple minutes. But this is what we're looking at now, guys. The trunk, if you guys remember, was kind of pushed over a little bit. We were hitting over here. So what happened is we pulled this frame rail out. That frame rail down there, pulled that out, made that super straight, welded it up, did what we needed to do on that, and the body wound up coming with it as well. We had a dent in the quarter panel that has pulled out as well, so we're good with that. And so now the trunk opens and closes perfectly. The tail lights now fit perfectly. There are no body gaps. That should not be here. This is how it should be. This side as well, this is perfect as well. We also had a slight indentation in this frame rail. I did not notice that until we got there, but that is taken care of also. So let me grab the key real quick and I will show you guys the rest of this as well. All right, so pop the trunk, pops open, good with that. Show you guys, opens, super easy, closes, lines up perfectly, falls right into place, locks into place. So Wayne's Auto Body did a phenomenal job, very happy with that. So let me show you guys a little bit more what we did here. So this whole area was pushed in very much. We pulled that out, hammered it, dollied it up. We did it from the inside, outside. This was also pushed in extremely far. We were not able to get in there, so we had to weld on some tabs here and pull it out. It came out perfectly. This whole area was all pushed in to the max. So that's all done now, and we're good. We're good with all that, guys. Got the bumper reinforcement bar on there perfectly. This fits perfectly. And the tail lights, as I said, lined up perfect. So inside here, not really much to show, but had some damage, took care of it. The area is completely straight back here now, so we are all good with that. So now the last thing we need to do is focus our attention to these beautiful bumpers. So we bought one used. We got it from Parts Farm. They're down in Georgia. Pretty good, very happy with it. Shipping was kind of a pain in the butt because they only do freight shipping, but I understand with the size of this thing. So we got that, and we got a new front end one as well. So all we have to do, they said it's primed. I don't really know if it's primed or if it's just straight plastic. Either way, we're gonna prime it anyway. So we're gonna prime this up. We're gonna prime that up as well. So the first thing we have to do is take off this valance cover. So we're gonna take that off. That way we're only dealing with this. This should be pretty easy to deal with. It's a very small piece. This has lots of little nooks and crannies. It'll be harder to get that paint in. But all said and done, this car is going to look so awesome. It's going to be all blacked out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the CS lower fog lights, balance spoiler, whatever it is on there. And we're also going to throw on the standard Mustang GT fog lights as well with the grille. And what we're going to do is we're going to wire up both of them so that we're going to have all the fog lights on at once. It's going to look so awesome. I think it's going to be a really cool look. Might change the color of the bulbs as well, kind of give it a little extra pizzazz. And I think it'll pair very, very nicely with the updated aftermarket headlights that we have with, at your guys' request, the S550 look. So what we need to do is take this bumper cover off, get that valance done, and we gotta start sanding. So we gotta sand it, sand that. We're gonna prime. We're gonna get that seam sealed up over the welds. And this car is going to be painted very, very soon. Just gonna vacuum up the trunk, see where we gotta put some seam sealer, sand anything down that we gotta do. So we're gonna throw some time lapse, hop on this right now. All right, so we got the surface prepped up. We cleaned up the inside. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some seam sealer on there. So just the way it looks. And we're just gonna brush up on the welded areas. That way we're good on the inside, also the outside. Speaking of the inside, let's make sure we clean up the inside as well. Just make sure that this sits and sticks the way that it should. So we'll do that real quick. Give you guys a quick look at it. So we got all the seams, and wherever we welded, we have all kind of sealed up. Not pretty, doesn't need to be. The bumper's going to be covering it. Seam sealer's not really pretty to begin with. So we got it under there as well. And we also did the inside down in here. I mean, you guys could see the other seam sealer. It's not exactly pretty, doesn't need to be. So we're not going to do anything with this, but we're good now. So all we need to do is prep the rest of the panels, and we should be able to prime today. Alright guys, next thing to do is remove this valance cover. So a couple things we have to take off. We have a couple screws, we have a couple clips. So I'm just going to go around real quick and take out all the clips. Anytime you're dealing with stuff, just get a little plastic bag, label it accordingly. You don't want to lose the bolts, fasteners, stuff like that. Make it easy for the next time you got to do this. Give the bumpers a nice quick wash. And we're going to sand it down, sand down the hood on the car. Then we'll decide what we're going to do with the passenger side as well, because it's not in the greatest shape, but I don't know if I want to put too much effort into it. Alright guys, next thing we gotta do is wax and grease remove bumper, a new one. Then we're gonna sand it down, and then we're gonna hit it with some primer, and this will be good. So, wax and grease remove, sand, probably hit it with probably just do a 600. I don't think we need to go that low for anything else. We're just scuffing it up. We'll see if we can get these little scratches out that we have, but see how the 600 does. We can always go down. Alright guys, we got the whole thing sanded down to 600. I had questioned before whether it was primed or not. It's primed, so we don't need to prime it, but we do need to seal it. So we're going to do all that when we kind of just paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the other bumper in here, and we're also going to prime that, and well, we're going to sand that now and see what the quality of that is. I don't think we're going to need to prime that either, although we probably should, just for good measure. But the base coat, clear coat, should act as a primer already. We don't need to really go down to the bare surface and do that all again. So I think we should be good with this and with the other one. So we'll swap these out, we'll wash this, we'll sand that, and we'll just keep this going. Now we're going to hit the rear bumper with a 600 grit, sand it down, scuff it up, make it nice so that there's a nice surface for the primer to lie on. Alright, give you guys a quick look. Bumper is, you see that like matte kind of finish. That's what we want. Still needs to dry a little bit, so we're not going to do anything with it now. So looks good. I don't see any spots that we missed or anything, so we should be good with that. So we're going to turn our attention now to the rear bumper. We're just going to wash that up and do the same thing. Everything lines up, bumper's looking good, ready to paint pretty soon. A couple things to do on the body, but step by step, learning as we go. Progress is progress. Thank you guys for being here. Like, subscribe, comment, turn on those post notifications, ring that bell down below. Make sure that you guys are following me on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy. And most importantly, make sure you guys share this with your friends. Get the channel out there. Thank you guys for being here. And I hope that you guys will be inspired by this. Just pick up a wrench, buy a car, do whatever you need to do to follow your dreams. And just try to become a DIY Salvage Guy yourself.